So can't wait. Let me click one more button, waiting for this one to come up. Hey, Jody. Great to see you. Jody sacrificed her gym time for us this week, and it was
Good morning.
a big deal. It's a big deal.
It
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
Oh,
bet she
great to
makes
see
it
you.
up, though.
What was that, Rick?
I bet she makes it up.
Yeah, she makes it up. Yeah. Unlike me. If I have an excuse to get out of the gym, I don't do it. So, anyways, welcome everybody. Good morning. Great to see you. Give me a big wave or throw a five in the chats if you're here. Welcome to our third week, something like that, of these Champions Academies. And I'm telling you, like, I'm so excited about this call in particular because I just think about, I've been in this business, this type of business for 15 years, not as long as Rick and Janine. They have so much heritage in this. I was just talking with the Harpers right before this. Dana's been involved for 25 years. But I remember in the very beginning what it was like before things really grew. And I don't know if you've ever felt this way before, but have you ever been in a place in your business where you feel like you're doing the do, you're working hard, but it feels like you're not growing as fast as you want? Does anyone else ever feel that way? You're like, man, when's my breakthrough going to come? I remember I got my first teammate and then they actually came with me and I'm like, oh, that's great. And then it stayed there for a long time. I'm like, when's this going to grow? And then you just keep on doing the daily actions, which is what we're going to talk about today, income producing activities. And you never know when that breakthrough is going to happen. But it really is, you keep on scouting, you keep on enrolling, you keep on sponsoring, and there comes a day when things just explode. And for sake of example, we were just taking a look at within this organization. Last January to this January, we went from a pretty good business to an explosive business. Did you know that in January of this year, compared to January of last year, the whole organization is doing 15 times more sales volume in the same month? So like that's, and it's not like the business was sucky before, right? So I want you to imagine who here would love 15 times more income by next year. Right? Nikki's like, come on, like, let's do that, right? So there's so many stories like that. The beauty of this type of business, but the ones that are going to receive that are the ones that are just like you, that are plugging into these calls, that are sharpening the sword, that are getting better. Because most people don't do this. From what I've heard from the Aussies and the Kiwis, correct me if I'm wrong, but especially on a Saturday morning, most of us aren't up. Most of us are. Is that right, Rick and Janine? I don't want to misspeak. So.
Yes.
And especially on a long weekend, like it's a holiday on Monday. So, yeah.
And it's paying the price of sport here often too. So we're Aussies and Kiwis are obsessed with sport. And so Saturday morning's a massive sport day. So it's a big compromise sometimes. Important.
Wow. Well, congratulations. That sacrifice will pay off. And mark my words, you just come back. Ironically, right now we have 15 lines. We just talked about 15 times, right? So imagine next year. I am expecting, because I'm seeing you in your business next year. And that's really the key, right? But it always starts like this and it's always exciting. But I want you to start seeing yourself in a call like this. Imagine a year from now, you have 100 teammates on this. You have 500 teammates on this. You have teams all over the world. Like you're now traveling around the world. Like you're doing all these crazy things. But it starts with how we look at this call and then what we do to take action from this call as well, too. All right. So I'll start with a couple of announcements. But Rick and Janine, I'll hand it off to you guys. Is there anything on your heart, anything that you specifically want to share or touch on at this moment? And we got some cool things we'll talk about today.
We're just really excited. We've had a lot of progressions in the team this week. On Friday, it's an exciting day in that weekly cycle because in the group is when we get the chance to recognise those title movements. And there's some stunning people. Some are on here this morning that have progressed. one of the things that we love, and it's really a wonderful thing to see in life as well as in business, just progression. You know, that nice, it doesn't have to be lightning fast, but as long as each week to week, there is progression. There's a saying I picked up from an associate of mine a long time: in movement, there is blessing. And so just some movement each week. So really, really grateful and excited to see that some great people, wonderful people have progressed this week.
Congratulations.
So that's all we've got to share.
Yeah.
That's
And I just want to say too that I'm loving the BOC calls, and I listen to the replays. Now, I don't know how the team are going with that, but I just cannot recommend them enough.
Highly recommend.
Amazing. Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And thank you for taking the time to take a look at that. So by the way, go to bocpodcast.com. We do them in the AM over here in the States. So it's, it's like weird hours for you guys, but we intentionally put it onto a podcast, which if you put this in every day, 20, 30 minutes, it is like a gym for your brain, a gym for your mind. And you have people like Dana Harper. You have every single day, we have a different topic and a different speaker, and they've all been absolutely fantastic. So I'd encourage you, maybe while you're at the gym, like Jody, that's when I have my own mental gym plus physical gym, and I listen to things like this as well too. Yeah, if you've ever listened to the BOC before, Breakfast of Champions call, put a 1 in the comments. If you haven't yet, but you're interested in doing it, put a 2 in the comments. Yeah, congrats. Like, it's a great, great one to have. And in the future, yeah, wow. So a lot of you guys do. So no wonder why you're on this call. And if not, that's a great one to absolutely do. All right. I do want to start out with some recognition. And these are just the ones that we're aware to. We're going to start getting into a flow. If it's okay, Rick and Janine, I see some of the, I have to talk about these people. So I see that in this last week, correct me if I'm wrong, I see and let me know if I mispronounce any of these. Or Rick and Janine, do you want to read them? Because you probably pronounce them better than I do.
That's okay.
Okay, lovely,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay.
So,
Alicia tomorrow went senior team lead. Congratulations, Alicia. Tessa went team lead, and she's just a smidge off senior team lead. So go, Tessa.
Tessa Griffiths.
Sam Corbett went senior team lead. Sharon Geddes went supervisor.
Wow.
Well done, Sharon. And Michael Collins went senior
supervisor.
So
Awesome
that's
effort.
fantastic. Yeah.
Something to see. And it's worth mentioning Alicia tomorrow is in
New Zealand.
Wow.
So a nice mix of Aussies and Kiwis.
Come on. Congratulations, team. Hey, people are doing it. People are getting paid. People are getting promoted. That's the key right here. And every week, keep on thinking, who's next, who's next, who's next, just by driving the campaigns and everything that we've been talking about. I do want to bring up Tessa, because last week we talked about, remember, one of our first goals, like how do you hit these titles? Just start getting the product out there. But one of our first goals is to get your 3 and free. So get 3 customers at least. You make enough to be able to cover for your own set of that product as well too. And we heard that Tessa was able to do that. So Tessa, I got to bring you up here. Let me know if you can unmute yourself or not. But there you are.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Loud and clear. Congratulations, Tessa. So if you don't mind me asking, have you ever done a business like this before or sold anything before?
Yeah, but not as successful as this.
Okay. And what would you say your struggle was before you partnered with this business?
Oh, I don't know. No confidence in myself, I guess, and being under my son, I was sort of,
Yeah. And what do you think has been different here that gave you confidence?
probably doing it on my own, and I've loved the products, and yeah, I think products are great, and the sandwich system works.
There we go. The engagement sandwich. So connecting online and adding value to others, and they start to take a look at your posts as well too. Congrats. I'm curious because, yeah, Janine, You're
The
on mute.
other-
Yeah.
Whoops.
There you are.
The other thing I want to say is that Tessa does the system, and she always asks questions, and then she follows what you tell her. She just does the system, which is amazing.
Tess is a classic of a system-driven success. It's just such a wonderful story. That Tessa doesn't try to reinvent the wheel. She doesn't want to go and create something herself. She just is grateful to have a pattern to follow. You can just tell it's just lovely. It's made for us. It looks like it's simplified it for her. I'm not sure whether that's true, Tessa.
Thank you. Yeah.
Congrats. And Tessa, do you mind? You don't have to answer. You don't want to. Do you mind if I ask how young you are?
77.
77.
Yeah.
You look amazing, by the way. So
Oh, thank you.
I bring this up because you're running a business can you believe you're running a business from your phone? You're making money from your phone at 77. Yeah. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great, isn't it?
It's amazing. Congratulations, Tessa. So proud of you. We all are. We're all inspired.
Thank
That's
you.
all we need in this training. We're done.
Thank you. And I've had a lot of help from Janine too.
Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. That's the key right there. You have great support. And that's the key, right? When you're newer, lean into the systems. Go through the launch, by the way. If you didn't do your AUS onboarding, go through that.
Yeah, I did.
To the boards. You're doing all of that. And then, but what you do, Tessa, really well, what I hear from Rick is you ask questions too. And if you don't know, you're with someone else. And that's how you learn anything, right? Like usually you're around an expert. And then you make sure that you get the details down. And that's exactly what you're doing. So Tessa, love it. I know there's going to be even more promotions around the corner soon. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Man, does anyone else feel like how I feel where you're like, man, if Tessa can do it, what's my excuse? So I'm just like, gosh. Wow. That's what I love about our business, because it doesn't matter who you are, your background, your age, your ethnicity. Like if you've been successful or not successful, it's a systems-driven success, like what Rick said. So follow the system to a T and do that, and you're going to be able to succeed. So what are the systems? All right. Today, we do want to touch on a very important topic, because has anyone here ever wondered, you want to do your business and you are doing your posts. You went through the launch, you're doing your 2 posts, you're doing your engagement sandwich. And then you start scratching your head a little bit and you're like, am I supposed to be doing other stuff? Like you kind of twiddle your thumbs and you're a little confused. Like you feel like you're doing things, but you're not exactly sure. So what we developed is there is an income producing activity tracker. So IPA is short for IPA. And what this is, we just started incorporating this in the entire team as a whole. It's been around a couple of weeks. And guys, I have seen, since people have been applying this, I have seen people that have been involved in business for a week doing this, making money faster. I've seen people that are vice presidents and above doing this and saying, wow, this actually changed my results. I've seen myself use this, and it kept me accountable as well too, because now I know what to check off. Cindy, you love this tracker? Awesome. Cindy, by the way, if you are there, let me ask, I'm going to pull you up here. So what about this tracker have you been enjoying as you've been using this? Feel free to unmute yourself. There you are. What's up, Cindy?
Hi, how are you?
I know you're like, what?
Yes, I really like this tracker because, as you say, we all love ticking things off. And so I'm sort of very list driven. I'm sorry, I've got a dog bounding.
No worries.
I just find this is so perfect, and I've been doing it for the last week, and it's certainly helped me a lot. And also with following up people. My biggest question, can I ask you a question? How do we get people to really stay compliant? Because I have a number of customers who tell me the drops don't work, and I'm actually I do with them from here on that I will be their accountability partner, more to the front of leading them a little bit, but it's disappointing because I mean we're all I follow the 80-20 rule that You've got to be able to treat yourself as well. And if you're out, well,
Yeah.
of course you're going to eat something, but then you make up for it the next day.
Yeah.
But how do you get around that when they blame the drops?
I know. Does anyone else have someone like that, by the way? You have a customer, they're like, it doesn't work, you know? Yeah, no, okay. So it's normal. So first, there will always be some stats. Not everyone's going to be a happy customer because that's just life, right? However, there are some things that we can do to at least get as best result as possible. All right. The first thing I would do is I would ask questions. What people usually want when they say that the products aren't working is they want to feel like someone cares about them. As long as you love on them, so many times they'll turn it around. There's a perfect story. We're doing daily calls, by the way. If you ever have opportunity, we go through this tracker and we do this daily income producing activity call in the States in our time, but we do put them all on replay on the groups, on the YouTube as well too. And we give live stuff. One of them was your question, Cindy. And what happened was there was a customer that said the same thing. And the teammate, this person was frustrated. They were about to return the product. And the teammate reached out and was just like, I'm so sorry for your experience. Every single body is different. And, our body didn't get to where it was yesterday. But can I ask, what's happening? And just starting to have a conversation. And because this teammate was willing to listen with an open heart, open ears, this person all of a sudden changed their tune and went from wanting to return the product to buying 4 sets of drops because she was just like, you know what? Let me give this some more time. So I think it's important, Cindy, that we celebrate their progress and we give the right expectation because, everyone wants something yesterday. But the reality is, if you want to transform your health, it's going to take 90 days. It might take 6 months. But if you keep on doing the right things every day, just like in your business, do the right things every single day, you're going to get to the right place. So celebrate that they're doing it, be their best cheerleader, and just encourage them, give them some tools for the next step if they're willing to, right? Usually, Cindy, they are, but sometimes, and you can't chase someone, right? If someone just stops talking to you and stuff, well, that's on them. Does that make sense at all? Any questions or feedback on that?
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
You got it. Great question. I think we all had that question as well too. So these are things that come up as you go through this tracker because, the saying is God can't steer a parked car. So Cindy's moving. She's now dealing with these situations, right? So let me just go over some of the things that are in here. And this is in the course of the day. Make it a goal to check off everything. And you can do this in an hour. You can do this in a very punctual time. Number one, it starts with yourself. Be a product of the product. So of course, use the product. You heard Tessa. When I first asked her, how'd you get 3 customers? She's like, the products are great. That means she's using them, she's living them, and it's easy to share authentically, right? Who here used a product from Partner Code today already? Give me a wave or put me in the comments. Or yeah, I got my day and night drops. I'm using your formulation. It's really cool, by the way. I like that you only need 1 dropper for night. We have to take 2. So they're awesome. Number 2, do personal development. This is what we were just talking about with the BOC call, for example. You can do whatever you want, but the BOC call is a great one because it's specific towards Partner Co. It's people like us doing what we're doing, giving you very specific coaching. All right. Then you grow your business. And for example, in five minutes, add new friends. Start to expand your network. Now, the next 5 minutes, say hello to your new friends from yesterday. Here's the tip. All business is conversation, right? All business is conversation. So as long as you're in more conversation with new people, you're going to find that you're going to go into the right direction there. All right. Engage on people's stories and posts. That's the engagement sandwich, essentially. Birthday greetings, right? Every day there's some birthdays. Those are great to have. Your lifestyle post. Here's your 2 posts a day. And then your business post. Add to your stories. like and reply back on your comments on your post, so you're further engaging them. And then here's probably the most important one. If there's one thing in your business that if you want to move the needle the most every single day, it is starting 10 new conversations. If every day you are new conversations with new people, and these are just literal conversations. If I go to Tessa and she's a new friend, Tessa, how are you? It's great to connect. How's your weekend? What you got planned for the long weekend, right? Like if you just start doing that more and more, you'll notice that out of 10, maybe 1 or 2, it'll end up somehow getting into a business conversation. Have you guys already experienced that yet? You're not even trying to talk business, right? But it happens. It's like, how are you? Great. How are you? Well, I feel amazing. You know, I just lost a couple kilos. Like I've been sleeping amazing. And they're going to start asking, well, Lucia, how are you sleeping so amazing? Well, I just tried this new product, right? Like it's very normal stuff. Business is not complicated. It's just caring about other people, listening to them, and having more conversations, right? So start 10 more. One that's interesting is using ChatGPT or AI for helping you with conversations. I'm curious, who here has used something like ChatGPT? All right, put a 1 if you have, or yes, Cindy, you have, Rick and Janine, you have, okay. If you haven't yet, put a 2. I'm curious, you guys are actually really on it, which is pretty impressive, you know? So, all right, wow, most of you have. Okay, well, all right, 1 has it, 2 haven't, awesome, which is fine. ChatGPT is so powerful. And you know who I found to love ChatGPT the most? I was the most surprised. It was my partners that were 70 years old and more mature. Like they just love it because it's your own assistant, and you go to ChatGPT, it's free, and you can type in something like, my prospect said this in a conversation to me. I want to lead them to a product conversation. What should I say? And ChatGPT will spit out a response that is going to be very helpful. And it's like your brain just got smarter and you don't have to understand technology. And it's like, wow. So if you've ever felt like technology was your was a tough thing for you, ChatGPT will catch you up like crazy, and you're going to be the coolest person out there. All right. And then follow up on potential customers and brand partners. So in conversations, and then follow up and support your customers. All right. I see, for example, who is N6872397? Sorry, I didn't memorize your ID number. You are so committed, though, that you have your ID number in your name. So if you don't mind dropping your name, that'd be awesome. Said, my customer said they're not working. I asked questions. I listened and explained it will be doing itself on the inside. Then she mentioned she's noticed she's sleeping so well. Come on. That's exactly what you do, right? So that's when you're following up on your customers. And that's really, really a big key right there. All right. Tessa said, you had someone this morning say, I keep seeing your post, but it sounds too good to be true. I said it's a money back guarantee. Tessa's a closer, guys. Can you tell? She looks really, really nice and innocent, but you can tell if you're in a business conversation with her, she's going to lovingly not let you go away without getting started. She's a shark. I can tell, right? How do you say no to her? She's so sweet, right? So that is a tracker itself. And on the bottom, what's our goal? Our bottom is to get new customers every week, new partners every week. And in the course of a month, remember we talked about getting your 3 and free, but our goal is in a month, aim to get at least 10 new customers, 2 new partners, and then keep on duplicating that. That's 3 a week. And we've seen people that have followed this. Guys, we just wrapped up, by the way, a huge promotion. We looked at our entire team. Who here likes vacationing? You want to go on holiday, right? We had a ton of teammates, including people that are on this call right now, just win trips. So let me actually find these real quick because it was incredible. And our Aussies and Kiwis, you guys crushed it. You guys absolutely did amazing. So on this line, I see Rick and Janine. I see Jody that was able to qualify for this. Let me pull this up. Where did I find it? Rick and Janine, I'm trying to find your flyer here. I want to make sure. Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So I got to recognize this because this system's working, guys. We have Stacy Pazan and Selwyn. They were able to win the trips. Congratulations to them. We have Fina Toscano was able to win the trip. Come on, Malaysia. We have Jody and Michael that were able to win this trip. We have Rick and Janine that were able to win this trip. Guys, this system is working if you work it. We want to get every single one of you on these trips. It has been the number one thing that's been in my mind. All you have to do is just continue to follow these income producing activities every day. Follow this 3 enrollments a week. Keep on duplicating that process and keep on going. Charmaine, oh, there you are. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So with that said, as we start to wrap up, some reminders here. Our big thing that we're driving towards is our Connect event. Who here is excited for Gold Coast? Like, man, it's right around the corner. I hope you go if you're not yet going, because this event is going to be spectacular. March 13 to 15. I'm excited because let me tell you why I'm excited. I'm reading this right now, and it says you have a VIP party. You have 2 full days of immersive personal development. That's cool. But you know what I'm most excited about? You have delicious morning tea, lunch, and afternoon tea on both Friday and Saturday, and a gala night with 3-course meal. How is that in this ticket price? I don't get it. Like, wow, that is such a deal. Like, oh my gosh. And it's going to be so much fun. It's only $330 Australian and $350 New Zealand. But I was talking to Rick and Janine this. We have one special priced ticket I want to offer to first come, first serve. Who here likes to save money? You like to save money, right? So if you do, we happen to have one ticket that we got on pre-sale that we haven't assigned yet. It's already worth it at $330 Australian. But this one ticket, instead of $330, is $250. You're getting it for like 30% off. You'll take it. Charmaine says she'll take it. All right. That was whoever. Oh, Nikki said, wow. All right. So if you want that ticket, like we have to, I can't tell if, okay, I'm going to ask one more time. If you want that ticket, put something in the chat right now. And then, yeah. And then I'll see who's going to, okay, Charmaine it is. Charmaine got it first. Okay. So Charmaine, I'll connect with you. I'll make sure that we can grab that for you. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And get the other tickets too. Like, it's totally worth it regardless as well on that. All right. Also, of course, we also have a big announcement. Have you guys been leveraging the Body Balance Challenge as well too? There's a huge opportunity where it was an entry fee. It's free. What? For just what? 2 days or something? So take advantage of this. I know a lot of you have been getting a lot of customers on this as well too. Rick and Janine, anything on your guys' end as we start to close this out?
No, beautifully covered. Thank you, sir. Lovely, awesome work. We're good.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I've put the tracker into the Carnley boards for everyone too. So
awesome. Let's go. Jody, I want you to close off on something. Give us a tip. Because you've been getting customers, you've been doing stuff. What would you tell us to do on this long weekend? What should we be doing right now to crush the week?
So for the long weekend, everyone's busy, but they're all on their phone. Like, everyone lives on their phone. So I would just say post everything you do for the long weekend around health, lifestyle, family, food, obviously, you know, as healthy as you can, but people watch what you do. So it doesn't even matter if it's popping down the river for a walk or making a salad for lunch with your children or with your mum or whoever. People love watching your lifestyle. And I only said this to Rick and Janine last night. Some of the things that I've done over the last few years have led me to now. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've ended up in an argument with my husband because I've videoed me making a salad or lunch or taken a photo of dinner, and he's gone, stop doing that. But I was building up to this moment, and I can guarantee you it's those little things I've done over the past few years and each day that have led me to now. So everything you do, just pop it up. People watch, people follow, and people, honestly, they're looking for some inspiration. They're looking for someone to to help guide them along. And sometimes they never even speak to you or reach out to you, but they are watching. So that's my hot tip for the long weekend.
Come
And
on.
whether it's a snag in bread with some sauce, I can almost guarantee you, if you put up a picture of that, you'll get more likes and more comments than if you do anything else. A sausage in bread with sauce, Australia Day.
There we go. Guys, if you're going to take on that challenge this weekend, give me a wave or throw something in the chat. And wow, great training, guys. Thanks for your time. Have an amazing one. And